Taliban takeover in Afghanistan is bad news for women and girls in that country. Our Paula Ebben sat down with a local woman who's made it her mission to educate girls in Afghanistan following 9/11, and she says she still has hope amid the chaos.
First of all, I have to get your initial reaction to seeing the really shocking images that we're seeing on this video from Afghanistan, specifically the airport in Kabul.
Yeah, it is shocking, Paula. Thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it. It's amazing to see what's going on in Afghanistan right now. When we talk to the people on the ground who are working in our project, we are very lucky that everybody is safe and safely in their homes and patient and waiting to see what their next move is going to be.
It's interesting because we know you're speaking with people there on the ground. As you say, there are 2 schools where you've educated 600 girls over the last 15 years through the foundation and your partnership with Razia. So far, the Taliban seems to be saying that people have nothing to fear. But what do people inside your schools really think?
Yeah, thank you. We have been hearing actually the same thing. As you know, whenever there's any political situation going on, there's variations of all kinds. And in the village where we're teaching our girls, there's no violence going on right now. We're expecting maybe some changes. But we will work with whatever government is put in place. We'll go by the laws and the regulations of what they decide.
If people go to your website, raziasrayofhope.org, you can see videos where Razia herself talks about running the schools and speaking to men in the communities there who were reluctant at first, then wanted the schools to be open for boys. And then in the end, we're signing up their daughters in a way that had not happened before, so that you have been able to educate hundreds of girls. That kind of shift in thinking, do you think it's possible for the schools to remain open and that some kind of real opening has happened that will allow girls to continue to get their education?
Well, you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. But our hope really is that we will be able to continue, that there has been a shift in the thinking. 20 years is a long time for any group of people. I think social media has had a big impact on the thinking of a lot of groups. We are hoping to be able to continue educating the girls, continue being role models for the girls, and continue to show them that there are people that want to support them.
One of the slogans of your organization, of the schools, is diplomas, not dowries. Explain what actually had been happening with the Afghan girls.
Yeah, so a long time ago, girls were given away to men to get married for dowries, for money, so the family could have an income, and it didn't matter if they were educated or not. As soon as they were of age to have a family, that type of thing would happen. And as we educated the girls, and as you educate the girl, you educate their family. And as you educate their family, they realize how important and how valuable a girl's life is, more than just the money that is involved in a dowry, but what she can bring to the family and the value she can earn the more she goes to school, the longer she's in high school, at university, and all of the rest.
As we see these images, though, of truly desperate people clinging to an airplane, taking off at that airport in Kabul, what do you want people to know about what this might mean for Afghanistan and the level of hope that you have that these schools will be able to remain open if the Taliban fully takes over the government there?
I have a lot of hope. I think that what Razia has put in place over the past 15 years has really taken hold. And even though there are some things going on right now that are very desperate, I think as the dust settles, we'll see the strength of the girls and the young women standing long after this desperate situation.
What should people do if they want to help or get involved in Razia's Ray of Hope to help the organization?
Yeah, if they go to raziasrayofhope.org, you can sponsor a girl and show her how important it is for you that she get educated. You can donate to our organization and help us continue this process so that the women of Afghanistan can help mold what Afghanistan wants to be in the future.
And Patti, you know, you're so inspirational. You're always so positive. You've done so much. I do have to ask you, you know, on 9/11, you lost your husband, Patrick, and we're coming up on the 20th anniversary of 9/11 this September. If the Taliban is back fully in control of the government of Afghanistan, and you look back over the entire war in that country and what American troops have gone through, what families like yours have gone through, and now the point that we find ourselves, what do you want people to know about this situation and what you feel about these last 20 years as you look back?
Well, the first thing I want to say is that all of the military families, and especially the families who have had somebody die in this war, that I'm truly sorry for your loss. There's nothing that can replace that. It was not done in vain. There are a lot of very important things going on there that aren't always talked about. And these girls really want things to change in their country, and they really want to have an impact on the world. And even though it may not be what everybody else thinks it's going to be, there has been change, and it has not been in vain.
That's a tremendous message today in light of what we're seeing coming out of that country. And we appreciate everything you've done. Patti Quigley with Razia's Ray of Hope Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula.
I'll stay with CBS News for the very latest on the developments in Afghanistan. You can get updates both on WBZ or online at cbsboston.com.